Welcome everyone! Open Portal Tarot presents an audio recording entitled At the Altar of Capricorn. A written post by the same title is available to be read in the website entitled openportaltarot.com. This post also features original artwork by Michelle Bial of bialdesigns.com. The featured artwork, entitled Cronus, is a beautiful stencil by Michelle Bial of Bial Designs. Michelle Bial is a San Francisco artist and a partner of the entrepreneurial business Bial Designs. Through Bial Designs, Miss Bial sells beeswax candles that she makes using commercial molds and molds of her own design. In 2014, Miss Bial was commissioned to make oak stick candles for the Oakland Museum of California. Miss Bial's beautiful candles and artwork are displayed in her website, bialdesigns.com. And now, with this sacred image before us, let us sit with peaceful minds and open hearts and review the mythology and symbols sacred to Capricorn. The question that motivates this study is, how does the time of Capricorn support the heart? The summary is that Capricorn time supports steadfast progress towards goals of civilization and status, creative initiatives, instinctive decisions, and soulful prioritization of responsibilities. The mythological figures sacred to Capricorn are God Enki, Cronus or Saturn, Aries or Mars, the god Pan, the Caduceus, and Ouroboros. And now, let's go a little further into the history and mythology of the Capricorn constellation. In the written post, many words are clickable to reveal interesting images and maps. Images and stories associated with the constellation Capricornus date as far back as 4,500 years ago to the mid-Bronze Age of ancient Mesopotamia. There, one of the oldest cities on Earth, Eridu, housed a shrine to the god Enki, whose widespread influence from Sumerian civilization was just beginning. This shrine was a ziggurat temple in the environment of watery marshlands of the river Euphrates. There, a god of running waters and deep underground aquifers such as Enki would be integral to the society built on top of them. In time, Enki also became bestowed with the gifts of Me, the god's decrees for the establishment of civilization, a very structured, orderly, detailed domain. These two important but oddly dissimilar areas of responsibility gave rise to one of the visual representations of Enki as a mountain sea goat. The head and torso of a mountain goat symbolize his king of the mountain duty to establish government and social structure, and the tail of the fish symbolizes his chosen abode of the running waters and the deep ground waters of the Euphrates environment. This hybrid image of Enki is immortalized in the constellation that we call Capricornus today. The face of the beautiful god that we see before us in the stencil is the god Cronus or Saturn from Greek or Roman mythology. He is the mundane and esoteric ruler of the Capricorn sign. This masculine god ruled during a mythological age that classical Greek and Roman civilizations called the Golden Age. In their version of the Golden Age, the earth produced such an ample amount of resources that mankind could live happily and peacefully on it without much effort at all. Thus, the god of that time kept up robust fertility and was associated with the same. During the Renaissance, another Orphic god, Cronus with a CH, became merged with Cronus without a CH, thus producing a Father Time character. When astrology references the activities of Saturn in a chart, the attributes of either the fertility god Cronus or the Orphic god Cronus may apply. As a mundane ruler of Capricorn, Saturn can teach lessons of limitations and generational struggles. As an esoteric ruler, he can give visions of harmony and balance to efforts in lawmaking and the evolution of society. And now let's follow the heart's journey in Capricorn through cards in the Thoth Tarot. 6 cards in the Thoth deck reference Capricorn directly. These cards, together with the exquisite rendering of Cronus by Michel Vial, form an altar at which the heart can sit peacefully to reflect on while taking responsibility for Capricorn work. The first card is the 15th Major Arcana. In this image, themes of Enki the mountain sea goat, God Pan the half-man, half-goat, and Capricorn's ruling planet Saturn all capture the Capricorn theme of building civilization and values out of the set of traits common to humankind. To put the complexity of that task into perspective, in his work Saturnalia, Roman philosopher Macrobius Ambrosius Theodosius wrote, "Good laws are begot by bad morals." The central figure is a mountain goat with 3 eyes. The third eye symbolizes insight and wisdom, and the goat symbolizes instinctive nature and ego. The work is in merging these opposites. The winged, double-headed snake staff known as the caduceus comes from Mesopotamian mythology concurrent with Enki, and symbolizes the structuring of commerce and communications in civilized life. The presence of the large caduceus in this card moves the work of the 3-eyed goat beyond the personal level to the societal level that Capricorn is concerned with. Although this card issues a tough order, the phallic symbol and god Pan come to the rescue to reveal resources for the task. The mythological half-man, half-goat Pan is shown with an erect phallus. That phallus appears tree-like behind the goat in this image, with its tip penetrating Saturn's rings, and its testicles appearing below the goat's feet, root-like, with masculine and feminine figures taking form within. In addition to the Saturn crown phallus's reminder that masculine creativity absolutely can balance and transform civilization, its allusion to Pan also directs one towards the earth to access that power. In myths, god Pan inhabits caves, grottos, and forests. When the heart is at one with nature, it can discover what it has to do about issues in the civilized world. Thus, crazy ideas to run off into nature and live rustically may actually be Capricorn impulses directing the heart to enter the laboratory where deep thoughts for civilization can take form. The second card is the Prince of Swords. This card covers a time period of the zodiac wheel from 20 degrees Capricorn to 20 degrees Aquarius. The image demonstrates Pan's capricious creativity. The central figure prolifically begets the minor figures who draw the carriage forward. The minor figures resemble the human figures representing the growth of civilization in the 15th Major Arcana card. However, the prince quickly severs the reins on those figures with his sword. In other words, his attention cuts off and the figures develop of their own accord or not at all. Then he immediately repeats the impulsive process. Although the carriage moves forward, the extent of the motion is uncertain. This card reflects the heart's emerging courage to state its creative impulses and instincts, and the mind's emerging ability to pay attention to and prioritize what the heart has uttered. When this card appears, the horse and the driver are learning to move the carriage forward together. Thus, Prince of Swords work is a stepping stone to more substantial Capricorn work. The third card is the Princess of Swords. This card together with the Ace of Swords, covers the signs of Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces, and rules the geographical region of the Americas. The Princess of Swords wears the crest of the Medusa's head. Her power is to solidify what is volatile, and she can shrewdly nail down concepts of social change that swirl around in the mind, the way the founding fathers of the United States nailed down the U.S. Constitution. She also has goat-like determination on the battlefield, even the battlefield within the self. This princess picks up the sword and fights. On the altar of Capricorn, she supports solving problems in practical matters so that one's personal life can be as much of a golden age as possible. The fourth card is the Two of Discs, where Jupiter is in Capricorn. The generational upheaval inherent in Cronus-Saturn mythology can suggest radical shifts. However, Zeus or Jupiter in Capricorn celebrates finding justice for all pairs of opposites. This is necessary for a civilization that takes all dispositions into consideration, in the sense that it steers away from ideals and makes plans for how human traits play out practically. In the image, the circular Ouroboros snake eating its tail assumes the eternity symbol instead of the circular shape surrounding a lion's head that it traditionally assumes in Mithras symbolism, which migrated into Cronus-Saturn symbolism. Nevertheless, the Ouroboros still illustrates the natural devouring principle of life in the physical world. The old passes away and the new comes into being. The symbols of yin and yang further sanctify the wisdom of uniting opposite elements. On the altar of Capricorn, this card supports the heart's work to transform civilization in favor of a new, all-embracing perspective. The fifth card is the Three of Discs, where Mars is in Capricorn. The will to lift up civilization to higher levels of power and consciousness draws on energy levels and priorities familiar to warriors. Accordingly, Aries, or Mars in Capricorn, packs the power. In the card's image, 3 red wheels of Mars spin like aircraft propellers and lift the base of a pyramid through clouds into a clear blue sky. Furthermore, each propeller has a symbol of one of the 3 alchemical elements, salt, mercury, and sulfur. A warrior with the will to transform society lifts all levels of that society up to a more balanced ground. In the solidity of that balance, there is power. This may sound like a tall order, and many historical and current leaders have made the attempt. However, the purpose of the image is to motivate the heart to use its wisdom and passion as it decides how to play its role in any social change. The final card is the Four of Discs, where the Sun is in Capricorn. This card shows the state of plain and simple earthly stability. In its simplicity, it understates how much power it took to bring the diversity of human traits to this stable point. In the image, the power of the sun and no less pushed the task of transforming civilization over a long bridge out of disorder and into a strong fortress designed in square patterns and symbols of each earth element on the 4 square watchtowers. When the heart comes to the altar of Capricorn, this card can reflect to the heart its connection to infinite energy available to restore order to and protect civic components that were in danger of disappearing. And now, let's move from study to practice with a few prayerful thoughts. May the heart move from the altar of reflection to applying Capricorn themes in life with courage and inspiration. As the heart co-creates civilization day by day, may it find the way back to the timeless support that many hearts knew across civilizations and time. May this journey display the heart's gifts and fill it with joy. May it be so for you, dear listener. May it be so for me. May it be so for all the hearts in the world who hear the call to make their unique contributions to the world before they reach the mirror of the grave. Blessings.